Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts. In this video I'll be looking at Usagi Yojimbo, Ice and Snow issue 5 and Space Usagi, Death and Honor issue 3. Okay, so these are the last two issues of the current Usagi Yojimbo series that are going on at the moment, Ice and Snow and Space Usagi. We'll start with Ice and Snow. So when I did a review of issue 4, the story ended and I kind of was a bit confused why there's issue 5, which is effectively an epilogue. If this had been an ongoing Usagi Yojimbo series, this obviously would just be like between the two stories. It's fine. As an epilogue to the original one, yes, it's okay. It does tie into the original story. If this story was missing, though, it probably wouldn't make much of an impact into the actual kind of ongoing saga. But again, all in all, it's a good enough story. It's fine. So start off with the village. The villagers here are complaining that they've got no food, and they are kind of a bit annoyed. Bang on the door, Usagi and his cousin turn up, wandering down from the snow-capped mountains we saw originally in issue 4, and they basically asked to stay. They would have to kind of look after him. Usagi wakes up, his cousin wakes up, that's all good and fine. The villagers complain that there's been no food and stuff like this as well, but they would have to look after him. They take him to the other three guys that turned up a couple of days as well, and they appear to be three of the bandits that they fought on the ice. Usagi basically has a discussion with them and says, okay, right, you need to be, well, they promise to be lawful and they won't cause any more problems. I say, okay, that's fine, but you need to leave as soon as possible, and then yeah, we'll let you go. That's fine. The next day passes, they wake up, and the two villagers that are looking after Usagi have transformed into these weird creatures, which is what they are called Nekomata, mountain cat demons, which I love the way that he's managed to transform anamorphic characters, anthropomorphic characters into more feral looking anthropomorphic characters, just by kind of playing up their more animal natures, which is really cool. Anyway, they attack Usagi and his cousin. They are defeated and they basically decide to leave, and they go outside, and the entire villagers have all transformed into these animalistic demons. They manage to cut them through. The boss turns up. The boss turns into a giant cat, which again, because this is Usagi, it's all anthropomorphic. Giant cat is completely alien to this. We've got lizards and stuff rather than giant cats, so that's really cool as well. They have a bit of a fight. Usagi kills the giant cat dude. And so I'm not sure if Usagi's blade's enchanted. He does manage to sway through a lot of spirits throughout his adventures. I don't know. Anyway, cat's dead. They go and see if they can find the three guys that are there. They've been killed as well. And Usagi and his cousin basically leave the village and decide to carry on their journey. So effectively, they are exactly the same position they were at the beginning of the story as they are now. It's a nice little story in its own right. And I say, if it was missing, that's fine. If this had been an ongoing, it would set in there. But then next time we've got The Crow, which is another 5-issue miniseries, which starts in April. So obviously March we'll go over any Usagi stuff. As far as I know, this is the only series they're doing it. They aren't advertising a Space Usagi series or anything else. So I think The Crow is going to be 5 issues. Then we might get something else as well after that. But apart from that, that's it. But yeah, again, nice little story. 40 years of Usagi, fantastic. I've been reading it for 35, so yeah, all good stuff. I know they're collecting trades of these as well pretty soon. They've started picking up the Where When's coming out, I think, pretty in the next month or so, and then I think they're supposed to be doing these as little 5-issue miniseries as well. So they'll be collected, and that might be why this one's been included, purely for the sake of having a 5-issue trade, which is entirely possible. So don't begrudge from that. Good series, good story. It's okay. Good stuff. Okay, so then we've got Space Usagi. Okay, so last two issues of Space Usagi have been pretty decent. This we get effectively a final showdown. The bad guys have shown up. The guy who's the advisor has chucked out and basically said that they're after these codes, and the samurai bad guy has come down to challenge Usagi, champion to champion, to basically say, right, okay, if we kill your guy, you have to give us codes. If you kill us, we'll go away. So of course Usagi says, okay, that's fine. They get in their armour. He's got power armour. Usagi's got this kind of standard samurai armour. There is a quite cool fight between the two. The lass who accompanies the bad guy basically wanders over to the guy, and she apparently is psychic. She steals the codes completely out of the prince's head, and then disappears and leaves the bad guy behind. He manages to cut Usagi across the eye, which gives him the trademark curved slash above his eye that Usagi's got. The bad guys return and basically manage to get the codes, and then they are smashed to pieces by in a starship, and they explode anyway. So they lose completely. That's it. That comes with that sky. Love this picture. Really cool. Usagi says, right, okay, you need to kill him. It's fine. You should stand down because you've got nowhere else to go. And he says, no, I'm going to kill you before I do so. The princess basically says, I will avenge you if you die. They switch on some lightsaber swords, and they've running dash towards each other. He dies, slashed in half, a la Darth Maul. The big spaceship comes crashing down. Sagi falls over from loss of blood. Everything kind of, oh my god, it's all kind of coming to a thing. And then we return to an epilogue, which is 3 days later. They've returned back to the new clan world. The prince decides to call his little lizard guy Spot, which again is what we've seen in Sagi Yojimbo, and then he gets to go off. And it turns out that the prince is very, very grateful for the help that Usagi's been giving him. So Usagi's about to basically leave and carry on with his thing, but they realise he's got some place he can actually stay with the clan. And it turns out that the princess comes along and as a word and says, oh, can't do anything about it, it's fine. And then it turns out that actually she's not the princess at all. She is the bodyguard of the princess, and the princess was pretending to be the handmaiden. And the prince is now completely happy because he's not marrying an older princess, and he's actually marrying a younger handmaiden. And she turns out her name is Tomo, which is obviously the same as the Usagi one. So we get a nice little nod to episode 1 there with Natalie Portman and Padme. But yeah, all in all, it's a nice take on it's effectively Star Wars episode 1 done via Usagi Yojimbo. But it's a nice little storyline. It wraps it up, 3 issues, that's it. Whether or not we'll return to this, I don't know. But I mean, that's a nice cover as well. I normally pitch the Stan Sakai covers up, but both of these issues have not got Stan Sakai covers, and they're still pretty decent issues of covers. But yeah, it's a nice little ending to that. And I'm definitely interested to see what happens if they do any more of this. I know the Senso and Space Usagi Epic style collections are out end of March, I think it is, so 2-3 more weeks. So I'll be picking those up and seeing exactly what happened with the other Space Usagi stuff. But yeah, again, it's another great Usagi stuff. This one, I don't think actually mentions the 40th anniversary, which is a bit strange. I don't know if it's because technically Space Usagi isn't 40th anniversary. I don't know. But yeah, good series as usual with Usagi Yojimbo. Solid stuff. So with that, I will say thank you very much for listening to me ramble on about some of my favourite characters, and hopefully I will see you on another video. And with that, thanks very much. Bye bye.